Hello and welcome back to Catch Farm Models. So today we are building a shed to fit this space. So it's going to be an L-shaped shed, and it's basically to house a lot of this stuff in it. It's mainly like the firewood processor, the log splitter, and the small case. So I 3D printed some I-beams, but they have all delaminated, so these aren't too bad. But when you start to push into them, I don't know how well you can kind of see this. They crack apart like that, and that basically means the printer hasn't got hot enough, because this is different filament than I normally use, so it hasn't properly all fused together. So there you go, it just completely comes apart, which is really annoying because I wanted to do it out of I-beams and I thought it looked really nice, but I don't want them breaking. So what I'm going to do is do it out of balsa wood. I could sort out the printer, but I just want to get on with this now, and also I've got quite a lot of balsa wood, and so yeah, I'm just going to do it out of balsa wood. So I've got a load of strips of balsa wood cut here, just cut them up on the scroll saw, and they look really nice once they're sanded. So I'll paint it all obviously when it's done. So quite rough, but you sand them and they come out pretty nice. So what we're going to do is measure it out, because it's going to be 10 centimeters tall at the back and 11 centimeters tall at the front, I think, if I can remember rightly. So we'll get on with it. So I'm going to start measuring some of this out. So we want 3 10 centimeter pieces for the back of one side, so it's going to be an L shape. So mark that there, mark that there. And then it's not very good for the blade and it blunts them quite quickly, but I find if you want to save your wood and get the cleanest cut, use a hacksaw. So junior hacksaw blades are pretty cheap, so I just cut up my stuff once it's been sanded. If you want a clean cut, do it with a junior hacksaw. Because it's so soft, if you use scissors or something like that, it will just essentially delaminate like but obviously it will splinter apart, but it'll be like the delamination of the I-beams. So I still need sanding a little bit yet, so we'll just check we got the measurements right. Yeah, 10. Yeah, so they're good. I need, I think, 4 more of them, and then also some 11 centimeter pieces. So we've got to start making one of the side panels. So we're going to cut this one to 35.5. So this is going to be the longest panel. It's going to be quite long. I have to set up the camera in a different place to get it all in. So we'll cut that. Lay that out. Now we're just going to use hot glue for this, so it's not the nicest looking stuff, but it will work. So the frame we're going to build is going to be quite a substantial thick frame. So we're going to glue one of these 10 centimeter pieces on each end. Glue one on here. And also work out right, so we'll go another one of them and stick on there. So now what we do 35.5 1.5 divided by 2, and then that gives us 17.75, so we just round that to 17.8. So that should be central enough. So I've added another one at the bottom and squared up the frame. So now we will go 17.8 centimeters along. About that. As long as it's rough enough. And we'll glue the centre beam in there, just to help support it a bit more. To be fair, you're not going to see this anyway, so it's not going to be really visible. I just like to try and make it accurate. Alright, so that's on there. Now we're going to add this for support on the inside, so just glue this across. Right, that's glued in. It'll be covered with tin anyway, and from that side you'll just see that. So it will just help with the support, and that's going to be inside the shed. And with the angle it will be, you won't really see it much, so it shouldn't affect it. Right, so I've now built this panel here. So I've attached it to that one using that post. I needed this piece to be 34 centimeters long. To account for that, I just took a centimeter off because that's what it is about. So from there to there is 33, and even if it's a few mil out, it doesn't really matter, it's close enough. Again, I put a support diagonal along, you're not going to see that, but it will just help support it, and then worked out the halfway there, which is it's point something, but anyway, it's there. Just round it, it makes it easier as long as it looks good. So now we're going to build the front of it. So this isn't going to stick out here as far as this will stick out. So I've got to figure out how to do it. So lots happened, so I've built all of this out, put that bar across, got them going down. I've also decided to come out this way. This comes out 10 from there, so I'm guessing that's about 11 because that's about a centimetre. Now I'm working on this bit, so there's going to be a beam that goes in there, and then there's going to be one that goes, I can't remember how I'm going to do it. I might go straight, I might go diagonal. If I go diagonal, I get a bit more height that end, and then there'll be these on top again. And then we'll get on to putting the tin on. I might leave the tin off the roof just so you can see in it, but I'll see how it goes. So I've got it all built now. I might put a support beam across there. Still don't know whether I want to put a roof on it yet. This bit I definitely will do, because it's only a small bit and you can see in it easy. But the big bit I might leave the roof off, especially the back section, but we'll get some tin on the sides and see how it goes. So it's all done now. I'm a bit annoyed about this join here. I could have done this as a whole piece and just cut that out, but I didn't because it would have been harder. But I wish I did now because I've got that annoying gap. But it's not too bad. I can always cut the whole thing out and put another bit in there. But for now it'll just be fine. I've got corrugated card all around the sides. The slope isn't that noticeable, but it does slope that way. And obviously this slopes off there, and there's a good bit of room in it, so we'll get it on. We actually might add some lights, but it depends how much room we have. You can see it's in the spot now and it looks really good. So there's loads of room. We've got loads of room for firewood at the back to be stacked in the corner. We've got the processor on the back of the case, we've got the splitter, some rams and a top link and a hitch. Got the skid steer and the old dumper. And then there's still room here, which is one thing I wanted to make sure there's room there for firewood to get stacked, and also room there in general for stuff to get moved around. So yeah, it's turned out really well. I'm pleased with it. So thanks for watching. We're going to try and get the channel to 500 subs before Christmas, which would be great. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe and like and comment, and see you again soon.